So good afternoon, everyone. We have already discussed sixth lecture of this electrostatics. This is seventh lecture of electrostatics, and today we are going to start electric field. So first thing you have to understand what is electric field, and then we will see electric field because of different structure. So guys, I have taken a charge Q, which is kept at the center. So the region around the charge up to which it can exert force is field of that charge q. The region up to which it can exert force is field of that charge. So I have written charge q can exert force on small q placed at a distance r from it. So if charge q can apply or exert force on small q which is kept at distance r from it, so this q is in the field of this charge capital Q. You can say that this small q is in the field of charge q. Suppose if q1, this charge q can exert force on q1, so I can say that this charge q1 is also kept in the field of this charge q. So now we are going to understand what is the definition of this electric field. A region in surrounding of a charge, that is q, the region in surrounding of a charge where any other charge with that like small q I have kept here, where any other charge at rest experiences a force is called electric field of charge q. So the region around a charge up to which it can exert force is called electric field of that charge. So in short, you can also write the region in the surrounding of a charge up to which it can exert force is electric field of that charge. So every charge produces electric field in its surrounding, guys. So whatever the charges, let it be q1, q2, these actually are in around its surrounding, or this charge q1 and q2 produces electric field in its surrounding, and because of this electric field they interact with each other, guys. Okay, and because of this interaction they exert force on each other. So what we have studied earlier, force is equal to k q1 q2 divided by r square na. Why these, since these charges are so not in contact, they are kept at a separation r, but how they are experiencing force on each other because of creation of this field by each of the charges. So because of their field interacts, and that's why they exert force on each other. So every charge particle produces electric field in its surrounding. So let I have taken a charge q and this test charge q. Here two things you have to keep in mind. In order to define electric field, you have to take two basic things into mind. First thing is that source charge you have to identify. This capital Q I have taken source charge, and a test charge. What is test charge? This is used to test the electric field of these things. Usually this test charge is very small, so that I have written must be very small, because the field produced by this small charge q will not affect the field of this charge q. Okay guys, so test charge must be very small. Usually we can also find by putting +1 coulomb charge how much force this +1 coulomb charge experiencing, that is field of this charge q, that I will discuss later. So I have kept a test charge q in the surrounding of this charge q. So how much force this charge q will experience, this we can calculate simply. And one thing you have to keep in mind, that q charge is very small, or test charge, that is why it will not produce its own field, and its field will not affect this charge q's field. Okay, its field should not, so it should be so small, that its electric field is negligible in amount. So I have written that electric field is a vector quantity. You should always keep in mind, guys, because force experienced by the charge is field. So how much force this charge will experience, this is electric field of this charge q. So force itself is a vector quantity, so electric field is a vector quantity. Electric field is a vector quantity. Unit I am talking here, electric field is, because unit is Newton per coulomb, that I will discuss later also, that I will discuss Newton per coulomb or volt per meter. This is SI unit of this electric field. So guys, how much force this Q is experiencing, you can write F is equal to K Q divided by R square. This is the scalar form of force I have written. So I have written F is equal to K Q divided by R square. Now guys, what is electric field? If you bring this charge, which is just charge very small, or limit tends to 0, so I have written F by Q, where limit of Q tends to 0 is nothing but electric field. So you have to keep in mind electric field is force per unit charge, and that is why its unit is Newton per coulomb. So guys, I told you that electric field is defined as limit of Q tends to 0, F by Q. So I can write this as KQ divided by R square, and SI unit is Newton per coulomb or volt per meter. Now guys, if you want to find the direction of electric field, so electric field in vector form you can write KQ by R square along the direction of R vector. So this R vector is this one guys, the direction of R vector is this. So I have written this as KQ by R square R cap. So can I write this guys, KQ by R square R cap, I can write R vector upon mod of R vector. So this is KQ divided by mod of R cube. This is in vector form, direction is along R vector. Okay guys, this is the vector form which I have not included here, I will include later. So now actual way of calculation of electric field, how you actually calculate the electric field. Electric field due to a charge Q at any point in space may be defined as force experienced by a unit positive charge. I told you guys, in place of this Q you can place 1 coulomb charge, and how much force this 1 coulomb charge is experiencing, that is electric field of this charge Q. So I have written electric field due to a charge Q at any point in space may be defined as force experienced by a unit positive charge placed at that point. So if you place unit positive charge at any point guys, suppose if 1 coulomb charge I have kept throughout, so I'll see that this Q will repel this Q coulomb charge, this will repel, this will repel, this will repel. So for positive charge electric field lines if you draw, that is outgoing, and for negative charge if you, so I've written guys, for positive charge electric field lines or field lines are outgoing. For negative charge if I am drawing, I have to put 1 coulomb throughout its surrounding guys. So this is exerting force in the direction of this Q, because two opposite nature charge attract each other, so it will attract. So you will see that electric field direction is inwards. So I have written for minus Q charge field lines are incoming. So guys, I have taken a charge Q. First of all, I have taken a region where electric field E is given. This dotted lines I have made, that is electric field. Now guys, this electric field is created by some charge capital Q. Assume this charge Q is creating this electric field. Now what happens if I put a positive charge in this field of Q, this positive charge, positive Q if I put in this field, so it will experience force is equal to Q into E, and the direction on the force is of the same direction. If you put a negative charge guys, this negative charge will experience a force in opposite direction. So what conclusion can I make here? Positive charge will experience force in the same direction as that of electric field, because guys positive charge will experience force in the direction of electric field. So I have written this force actually it will experience in this direction of electric field. But if I put negative charge, this negative charge will go like this, means negative charge experience force opposite to the direction of electric field. So I have written positive charge will experience force in the same direction as that of electric field. Negative charge will experience force in opposite direction to that of electric field. So I have given the example. These are field lines, and you should keep one thing in mind guys, these field lines are uniform because the separation between two field lines are identical everywhere. So this is actually uniform electric field. I have kept charge Q in this uniform electric field, so this will experience a force Q into E in the direction rightward, and if I put a minus q charge here, it will experience force in opposite to the direction, so minus q into E. So this you have to keep in mind. If you put a positive charge in electric field, it will experience force in the same direction of electric field. If you put a negative charge, it will experience force opposite to the direction of electric field. Now guys, most important thing you have to understand the properties of electric field lines. Electric field lines originate from plus q and terminate either to infinity or minus q. Means it is originating from plus q guys, or it is terminating to infinity. If there is nothing, no charge, this will terminate to infinity. Now guys, in a charge free region, means if there is only one charge q and there is no other charge region, so in charge free region, electric field lines can be taken to be continuous curves without any break. So I have shown earlier, this is continuous curve without any break guys. Electric field lines in source free region or charge free region is continuous lines without any break, continuous curves without any break. Tangent drawn on any point of electric field guys. If you draw tangent on any point, suppose this is electric field lines, this is electric field lines, and if I draw a tangent here, this tangent gives the direction of electric field at that point. Now guys, if you draw tangent at any point, so that will give you the direction of electric field at that point. Electric field at that point is like this, at point this like this. So electric field direction can be obtained by drawing tangent on electric field lines. Now guys, one interesting property, two field lines never intersect. This is a question of board class 12th. So two field lines never intersect each other because guys, at the point of intersection, if you at the point of intersection, we can draw two tangent, one tangent for the upper curve, other tangent from the lower curve. So guys, at one point two direction is not possible. At one point two direction is not possible, and that is why electric field lines never intersect each other. I have written two field lines can never intersect each other because at the point of intersection we can draw two tangent. We are seeing that we can draw two tangent on this point of intersection. So at one point, at a single point, two direction is not possible. Two direction is not possible. That is why electric field lines never intersect each other. In the region of strong electric field, density of field lines guys, I can say that is more, or field lines are close to each other. In the region of strong electric field, lines are very close to each other, whereas in the region of weak electric field, lines are far apart. So guys, I can say that these actually field lines are close to here. Electric field is stronger, electric field is stronger here, and electric field is decreasing here, so electric field is less here. So guys, that's why I have written in the region of strong electric field, this is a region of strong electric field, lines are very close to each other. See, lines are close to each other, and whereas in the region of weak electric field, lines are far apart from each other. Lines are far apart. So these A is the region of strong electric field, B is the region of weak electric field. In the region of uniform electric field, there are equidistant parallel lines. So if uniform field lines, I already discussed that if field lines are uniform, so if field lines are uniform, you can say that this distance separation between the lines are identical. So the region of uniform electric field, there are equidistant parallel lines. So parallel line must be equidistant. Now electric field are always normal to the surface of the conductor. So guys, this property I will discuss when I discuss the properties of conductor. So this property I will discuss later, that's why I have written note. Electric field lines are always normal to the surface of the conductor, and electric field lines do not form any closed loop. You cannot say that electric field lines forms a closed loop. Suppose I have taken plus q charge and minus q charge. So in order to forming closed loop, what happens guys, this will go from here to here and come here to here, but direction is not like this. This is not a closed loop guys, this is not possible. Why? Because electric field lines either originate from positive and terminate to negative. It will always terminate to negative one. Okay guys, so this is not a closed loop path. So that is why electric field lines, and I have shown for two positive charges, two negative charges later, just I will show you right now after this. So for positive and negative charges, field lines actually, for positive charges field lines are outgoing, and for negative charges field lines are incoming. but if you see that actually they cannot intersect each other na? They cannot intersect each other, so what will happen, this will terminate to here, this will terminate to here, this will terminate to here. So I can say that positive charge electric field lines originate from and terminate either on negative or infinity, and negative charge means field lines terminates either on negative charge or terminates actually to infinity, or originates, field lines originate from infinity and terminate to the negative charge. I can say simply like this. Okay guys, now for two positive charge I have shown the field lines. Since guys they cannot intersect each other, so actually there is a separation you are seeing here. So when two positive, these are the field lines for two positive charges, and similarly for two negative charges, the difference is only that field lines are outgoing here and field lines are incoming here. So this is the difference between positive and negative charges electric field. You have to keep these things in mind guys. So today's lecture I am stopping here. In next class I will discuss some numerical on this topic, as well as some good question I will relate in next class. So thank you everyone.